let's get you the top focus story that we are getting for you here on India Upfront. Well, today, the Prime Minister bid a tearful farewell to his mother, Hiraben Modi. In a teary-eyed tribute, he hailed his mother as a karma yogi. For him, perhaps, it was a befitting tribute to Hiraben that after performing his duty as a son, he returned to his duty as the Pradhan Sevak. Less than an hour after he lit the funeral pyre of his departed mother, the Prime Minister fulfilled his duty towards the nation. He flagged off the Vande Bharat Express in Bengal through video conferencing. Now, this is how he channelized his pain into purpose. But while the Prime Minister embarked on his Kartavya Path, the opposition seems to be on collision course. While the Prime Minister flagged off the Vande Bharat Express at the same event in Kolkata, Mamata Banerjee was accused by the BJP of putting her ego first, putting her pride over the welfare of people. The Chief Minister was visibly miffed with the chants of Jai Shree Ram, which were raised by the BJP cadres. Her body language tells it all. In fact, as a mark of protest, the Chief Minister even refused to take a seat at the dais next to the 4 union ministers who were in attendance, despite their repeated attempts to try and pacify her. In fact, listen in to the reasons for the Chief Minister's ire. Here's the chants of Jai Shree Ram, which greeted Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee. While the Chief Minister refused to go on the dais to share it with the union ministers, on the other hand, you had the Prime Minister who spoke about his duty, which he says must come first when it comes to serving the nation, even at a time of great personal loss. Listen in.
आज मुझे आप सबके बीच रूबरू आना था, लेकिन मेरे निजी कारणों के कारण मैं आप सबके बीच नहीं आ पाया हूं। इसके लिए मैं आपकी बंगाल की क्षमा चाहता हूं।
उनका संस्कार होता है वो जीवन में कभी कोई बच्चा भूल नहीं सकता है। वही माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी किए हैं। अंतिम विदा देने के बाद अपना कर्तव्य पालन किया। तो उन्होंने जो किया है मैं उनको प्रणाम करता हूं और उस माता जी को प्रणाम करता हूं जिन्होंने माननीय नरेंद्र मोदी जी जैसे पुत्र को जन्म दिया। भगवान उन्हें अपने चरणों में स्थान दें।
ममता बनर्जी स्टेज पे नहीं चली।
शुभेंदु के लिए नहीं, नंदीग्राम के लिए, एक नए 5-6 के लिए जो नंदीग्राम उनकी कंपार्टमेंटल सीएम बनाई। कलाकुंडा में इस तरीके से हरकत किया, आज भी किया। घटिया चीफ मिनिस्टर है।
Like what the public says, you cannot do anything about it because sloganing, I don't know what kind of slogans did she mean, because taking the names of Jai Shree Ram and saying Bharat Mata Ki Jai. Bharat Mata Ki Jai was for Modi ji and Jai Shree Ram was for those who likes it and for whom to whom it sounds pleasant. It should sound pleasant to every Hindu, I suppose. So, but for any reason, she didn't get up on the stage, and she does that every time. You've seen that in the past too.
So was it wrong for the Prime Minister to turn his pain, his personal pain, into purpose? Well, let's throw this open. Joining us today here on our show, we have GVL Narasimha Rao, an MP with the BJP. Dr. Anand Ranganathan is joining us, an author. Riju Datta, the spokesperson of the TMC. Mohammad Zishan is joining us, a political analyst, as well as Kamru Zaman Chaudhary of the Congress Party. My first question is going to go across to Riju Datta. Riju Datta, now we are looking at the visuals here. On one hand, you have the Prime Minister. He lit his mother's funeral pyre, but then he said, I am the Pradhan Sevak. I need to do my duty by the nation. On the other hand, you have the Chief Minister, who the BJP has said has put her pride over the people of West Bengal and their welfare by getting miffed at this government event. Is that correct? Is that right? Is there no dignity in death left anymore?
First, I want to start off by saying that the entire Trinamool Congress family stands beside our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi and his family, and we express our deepest condolences in this hour of grief. And we hail the Prime Minister for showing his dedication towards public service, number one. Number two, what happened today was extremely shameful. Jai Shree Ram was at one point of time a greeting in this country, which is now used by BJP as a lynching war cry to commit atrocities against minorities in this country. And it is a pre-planned conspiracy to humiliate the only female chief minister in the country, because it has happened before as well. And the problem here is this. When the BJP cadres did this, the Honorable Railway Minister, the other Member of Parliament, they all apologized to the Chief Minister. So obviously they also realized that this shouldn't have been done in a program for the welfare of the people and in a government program. It's not a political stage. We can do our political battle 365 days, not on this day and not on this solemn occasion.
But do you think the Chief Minister did her
the second
kartavya?
Question you asked about
was the Chief Minister on the kartavya path towards the welfare of the people by getting miffed like this, refusing to go on the dais, refusing to follow protocol and follow the people's priority?
She absolutely did what she was supposed to do. She never mentioned, she was on her kartavya path. She never mentioned a word about this. She expressed her solidarity with the Prime Minister in this hour of grief, and she did not go on stage is a very different reason.
Why?
She did not go on stage because nobody in this world wants to sit next to a dustbin that emits foul smell. The loser of the opposition, who's a dustbin in our state, was on the stage where the the President of BJP Bengal was sitting downstairs. The Dilip Ghosh, the National Vice President of BJP, was not allowed on stage. So obviously she chose not to sit next to a dustbin emitting foul smell.
You agree?
Simple.
Political optics, at least you have very candidly agreed to that. GVL, here's the problem, and I think Riju Datta, before he admitted that this was political optics, that the Chief Minister decided to flout all protocol as well as people's welfare, but he did make a point. Was there any need for Jai Shree Ram chants at a government affair?
Good evening to you and all the guests on the show. First of all, let me also express my deepest condolences on the demise of the mother of Honorable Prime Minister. The whole country joins me in this. On a day like this, or on any other day, I'm appalled that people find it difficult to accept that Jai Shree Ram is a way of life in India. What is Jai Shree Ram should only be those chants should only be made inside temple, not on the street, not on a public function. What is this nonsense? Does anybody need? And then to say that Jai Shree Ram is used for lynching people, I take strong objection to it. You don't, in the name of Islam, terrorists. Has Mamata Banerjee ever stated what other religion people chant while doing terrorist activities? That you take strong objection to, but why should anybody have a problem if a crowd shouts Jai Shree Ram? The more you object to it, the more will be the echo of Jai Shree Ram in Bengal or all over the country. Please do not try to oppress Hindus of this country, Indians of this country, because Jai Shree Ram is not just a Bhagwan for Hindus. Other religions also take part in many of these festivities. So by trying to really politicize Jai Shree Ram, by trying to say that the Jai Shree Ram chant can only be made in certain places, by showing this kind of antipathy towards Jai Shree Ram.
Secular event.
No, what is secular about it? You can't, you see, this is absolutely appalling. This is absolutely shocking. Secularism is for the government. People who are on the crowd, they are not going to be bound by your government rules. They are a public. This is a way of life. Chanting a Jai Shree Ram is a way of life for people. Just because she wants to appease another religion, you cannot impose dictatorship on people. Jai Shree Ram is not a banned word. Mind you, we will never allow you to do it.
And here's why it's important that we discuss this today, because we are talking about Kartavya Yogi. And Dr. Ranganathan, I want you to come in here. Today, when you have someone saying that this is my kartavya, as a son, I will fulfill it, but half an hour later, I am ready to fulfill my duty as the Pradhan Sevak as well. But unfortunately, you have this vicious politics over it. There is a phrase called dignity in death. Is this dignity in death? And if it isn't, who's the one who's denied it? Dr. Ranganathan.
Good evening, Meghna, all my fellow panelists. On this very sad evening, let me also, my previous two fellow panelists have expressed my sincere condolences to the Prime Minister. It's really a moment of grief, and I hope he has enough strength to recover from this. The loss of a mother is really immeasurable. I have two things to say on this very solemn occasion. Number one, I also would like to appreciate the West Bengal Chief Minister for her very well-chosen, very sincere condolences and words that she spoke for the Prime Minister. And I think because she did so, and because by the time that program actually happened, the news was already there that the Prime Minister's mother had passed away, I think propriety and decency and manners demanded that the people who were shouting those slogans, Jai Shree Ram, clearly to mock the West Bengal Chief Minister, because she earlier had shown her irritation whenever the slogan was chanted, Jai Shree Ram. In fact, it happened in the past, and she had, in fact, even once while she was going on a car journey, she even got down from a car and publicly castigated people, villagers, who had shouted that slogan, Jai Shree Ram, at her cavalcade. So, and the whole thing started, people started to shout it purposely just to mock and ridicule her. For those people, I don't know who they were, maybe BJP supporters or just simple audience, I think it was in really poor taste. It was not befitting the solemn occasion as well, especially when you realize that the Chief Minister had such wonderful words of solace to speak for the Chief Minister, for the Prime Minister. So it was really very off-putting for people to mock her like that. Number two, as for the other people, you showed a few tweets who are mocking the Prime Minister for having, not given into the Hindu rituals and immediately started her work. I mean, his work, it's really ridiculous. And some Samajwadi Party person has said it doesn't even befit a reply, to be honest. It is so off-putting. But the third thing I would like to say is that as for my good friend Riju Da is concerned, yes, the fact of the matter is that today I agree with him. It was really bad and completely mannerless the way the slogan Jai Shree Ram was purposely used to taunt the Chief Minister. But the fact also remains that Didi has been on an appeasement gravy train for close to a decade. She knows that it pays rich dividends. I mean, I can, from opposing CAA to appointing a Muslim on Tarkeshwar Temple Board, providing midday meal dining hall for only those schools having 70% of minority students, curtailing the time duration traditionally permitted for Durga idol immersion to make way for Muharram procession, granting 2.6 crores of taxpayers' money to Furfura Sharif, promising to give land to imams for construction of houses, paying more than 30,000 imams, 2,500 per month, and over 15,000 muezzins, 1,500, till this blatant communal move was struck down by the High Court. So she has been on an appeasement drive. So, tali do haath se nahi bachti hai. At some point, TMC and Didi herself would have to address this, that there is angst amongst the people at this blatant appeasement. But today was certainly not the day.
Let me take that across to Riju Datta. I know you want to come in, Riju. Now, let's not forget, and this is something that even Anand Ranganathan has reminded our viewers, January 23rd in Kolkata, Mamata Banerjee declined to speak at the Netaji event after there were Jai Shree Ram chants. Then, 6th of May 2019 at Bishnupur, Jai Shree Ram chants were chanted. Mamata Banerjee says that this is BJP slogan and it is forcing all the people to chant. And as is the case with today, as the BJP says, it wasn't our cadres, but then the TMC says they are being forced to do it. And of course, 4th of May 2019, West Midnapur, as Dr. Ranganathan also reminded, and Mamata Banerjee literally got off her cavalcade, got off her car and chastised the people who were chanting Jai Shree Ram. Riju Datta, there is a time and place for appeasement, if you can call it that. There's another time and place for politics. Was today the occasion? Was today the right occasion to flout protocol and people's welfare?
Let me be very blunt on this, and I say this on record. We do not have a problem with Prabhu Ram because we proudly say Jai Shree Ram. Jai Shree Ram, who has brought Prabhu Ram into politics? It is BJP who has done that. They have made this into a political slogan. That's why we say it's a BJP slogan.
But
it is good
Datta, don't
that
you
every
think
time
by
they see
giving
Mamata
the
Banerjee,
entire chant of Jai Shree Ram, you are doing a great disservice to all the Hindus, saying it's a BJP chant. It's not a BJP chant. It's not a BJP chant, Riju Datta. No one thinks it is. And no, definitely Hindus don't say it's a BJP chant.
Can I please finish? Listen, 49% of Hindus voted for BJP, so there is 51% of Hindus that have not voted for BJP in this country. So Jai Shree Ram has been turned into a political slogan, and please let me have the courtesy of finishing my statement. I am glad that every time BJP sees Didi, they say Jai Shree Ram. So probably in Didi they see Prabhu Ram. So it is good. Let them say that. But we will always say Jai Shree Ram. We have no issues with Prabhu Ram. It is BJP who is using the name of Lord Ram into their dirty politics. That is what they have done today, what they have done in Victoria Memorial, certainly is a mannerless, uncouth, uncultured attitude of the BJP to use this to humiliate a chief minister in a government event. This is not a political rally, it's a government event. देखो माहौल क्या है, देखो नजारा क्या है, देखो उस दिन का ओकेशन क्या है. आपको हमेशा ही अपना बदतमीजी करना है. This is not part of politics. It is way below that.
Okay, GVL, I have to come to you. This is beyond politics on a somber occasion, even as today, where everyone in the BJP has also come out and said that it is a somber moment, it is a day of great loss and mourning. Perhaps chants like this, which are linked to apparently your party, should have been kept at bay.
So, Meghna, what was the provocation? Why does she have? Why does Riju Datta thinks it's only a BJP slogan? You're actually insulting the Hindus of this country by saying this is a political slogan. When we do most of even governmental work, campaigns, or even political campaigns, it's a tradition to say Hara Hara Mahadev in Varanasi. So will everybody else say Har Har Mahadev?
But it's
also
not a
BJP chant?
It's not a government event, GVL Narasimha Rao.
No. Whether it's a government, you see,
can I come 10
it's
seconds,
in the
10 seconds,
Prabhu,
10 seconds a question to the MP.
Lord Ram,
Riju Datta, let him finish his point.
You see, whether it should have been done on a prolonged basis in today's event is a matter of debate. Okay, but certainly to have aversion towards the chants of Lord Ram, Mamata Banerjee is only showing her aversion towards Hinduism. This is not acceptable. She is showing the aversion towards Hinduism, also possibly as an antic, as an appeasement tactic.
So you are saying
this
that
aversion is also staged, perhaps.
Riju Datta, I'll literally give you 10 seconds.
This is
Quick
a staged
10 seconds.
aversion.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, 10 seconds. My only question to the Honorable MP, Sir, my only question to the Honorable MP is, I know he has a job to protect, save himself from. If everything was right and hunky-dory in what BJP did today, why did the Railway Minister Ashwini Vaishnav apologize to Mamata Banerjee? Why did SS Ahluwalia say that they could have chanted Bharat Mata Ki Jai? And why did Subhash Sarkar, your Honorable MP, took the microphone and said,
trying to get people not to chant.
Not fit.
Today, you can't hide behind this defense, GVL.
No, Meghna, you see, a railway minister, he was there because Honorable Prime Minister was there. It was his job to ensure Honorable Chief Minister was on the dais. She, as the Chief Minister of the state, it's a railway program.
He asked the protesters to stop chanting.
But he does. I completely disagree with this assessment that he apologized for the chants. No. He only wanted to bring her on the dais because as the first citizen of West Bengal,
Well, he didn't see
it was his
anything wrong
duty
in the
to get her on the
Perhaps
dais.
he wouldn't have asked the cadres to stop chanting, which he did. All of that is also on camera. But let me go across to Kamru Zaman, because it's not just the TMC. There are Kamru Zaman Chaudhary, and I must come to you. At a time when a person has lit about who's the Asli Hindu here, And if yes, will the Congress stand by its alliance partner? And if it doesn't, will it condemn it?
Meghna, when was the last alliance with Samajwadi Party we had? Was it in the elections, assembly elections? It was not. So I'm not a spokesperson here to defend Samajwadi Party statement out here. I will speak out the mind that my party stands for. First and foremost, having from Bengal, I've observed Mamata Banerjee long enough to make a statement is like that. Mamata Banerjee has got an uncanny knack of creating a non-issue into an issue. Not only this, you see the Netaji event at the Victoria Memorial, where Prime Minister Modi was also there in the chair. That time also some 400 of BJP supporters, they raised this Jai Shree Ram slogan. Again, Mamata Banerjee refused to speak on that event. Today, the same incident happened. You know one simple, I'm telling it very rudely. Meghna, do you bark at the street dogs when they are barking at you, or you just walk by?
You apparently
when you bark,
get off
there will
the
be
car
more
and you
barking from the
chastise them.
street
That's
dogs. So
also
it
an
doesn't
option.
matter that if you want.
Very objectionable.
No, that's what I'm coming. I'm telling, I'm not supporting
What kind
Mamata
of
Banerjee out
analogy
here.
is this?
But then the
Very,
incident
very
of heckling the state's chief minister
Zaman, if you're
today
trying
by
to
the BJP
say,
hooligans
first of all,
today
my question was
needs
on
to
the
be taken
Samajwadi
very
Party.
seriously.
2017, you did have an alliance with them. Today, if you're uncomfortable answering questions on Samajwadi Party, you'd rather speak about something else. But these kind of analogies,
This is very bad.
these kind of analogies are unacceptable.
Why are you?
If you cannot speak without denigrating
I
others,
stand by that
if not a
analogy.
community by
I stand
denigrating
by that
others,
analogy,
we
madam.
request
I'm
you
not
to
an
not make
apologetic
analogies
guy
of
out
that.
on this
here
channel.
to defend what I. No, you bring out a statement. You bring out a statement. These are all. You see how it is planned, Meghna. Meghna, today how many people were invited for the railway program? How many people out of that? How many BJP of the goons from the BJP? They got the passes out there. A government event. Why did all those BJP goons have to come into the station?
Who
into
told you they are
the
BJP
program?
goons?
Who
What
gave them the
basis are
passes?
you making these
We are
allegations?
answerable
Dr.
for heckling the
Ranganathan,
state
it
chief
seems like a
minister
bit too
in
tired,
front of the
derail this entire
in front
debate.
of the Prime Minister.
Yes.
We will not
And
debate on
not just that, it is also insult to our audience members when you make analogies such as this. Dr. Ranganathan.
Sir, of course
Yes,
it is
Kamruji,
insulting
please
to
allow
the
me.
state.
Dr.
When you
Ranganathan.
have got the state's chief
Kamruzaman
minister
Chaudhary, please have the
please.
patience to hear other people also.
Then it has
Kamruji,
a
I did not
criminal
interrupt
act.
you.
That has to be taken care of. That
Kamruji,
needs to
please.
be.
A lot of things
On
need to
this
be
day,
taken
let
care
us-
of,
this is a
including
very
the
solemn-
language that we use on a debate.
Goons. They need
This
to
is
be
a very
taken
Dr.
care
solemn
of.
Ranganathan,
occasion.
go
Please
ahead.
let us. Meghna, how can I? Yes. It's a very, as I said, today even having a debate is questionable because it's such a solemn occasion, Meghna. Permit me to say that. And number one, even Rijuda would take severe objection to what Kamruji had just said. You know, for someone, yes, I also said it was in very poor taste to mock the chief minister by shouting these slogans. I said it myself. It defied decency, it showed lack of manners, and it was in very poor taste. But to say that,
know your lineage,
make an analogy.
I'm not apologetic out here. No. I compare.
Please, Kamruji, let us not. Please don't interrupt.
Kamruzaman
Meghna, I cannot.
Chaudhary, I would request you, because I don't like to put the fader down. I don't like to do that, but this is not going to be a free-rolling debate where you will heckle others. Please give each other at least that much of space to express their views. We can come back to you if you have a counter to make. But heckling, let's just keep that at bay.
Garland or you?
Dr. Ranganathan, please finish your point.
Yes, and as far as Mr. Kamru talking about my leanings and all, I lean towards science. I don't know who he leans towards and genuflects from. But coming back to this topic, it is absolutely objectionable for the Congress spokesperson to use the analogy of barking dogs. Even Rijuda, who is very stern anti-BJP, I could see he was immediately raised his hands and he would possibly have 10 seconds to say to this severely objectionable comment. And to add to that, to say that those who were attending that function from the BJP side were gundas. Is this the kind of language you want to use of all days today? I'm sorry, Mr. Kamru, you have to apologize, and it won't be me asking for your apology. I'm sure it would be Rijuda asking. Rijuda?
Rijuda, you want to come in? Would you accept
Yes,
the kind of
I
comments
just
being
want to
made by
say
Mr. Chaudhary?
that, yes. No, I just want to say that, yes, 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 no, yes, 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 no, I just want to say that, yes, 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 no, 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 yes, I will be very clear. We have a political and ideological difference with the BJP. Me and GVL Saab has been on hundreds of debates and we have been at each other's throats. But calling other party cadres, whichever political party cadres they are, calling them dogs is highly objectionable and a very, very cheap below the belt comment. This is very sad. This is very sad and very unbecoming of Congress. This is not good. You have political party cadres, we have political party cadres, even BJP has cadres. You fight them politically, you be at each other's throat, but calling party cadres, you call them uncultured, couth, whatever you call them, but you cannot call them dogs. This is way below, this is very cheap, very objectionable.
Kamru Zaman Chaudhary, there you have it. You've heard people from the left, from the right, from the TMC, those who are backing science. Will you at least now apologize for the statement that you have made, Kamru Zaman?
What for? What for? What for? What for is the apology?
For the language that you have used.
You call a spade, that cannot be an apologetic, madam. I stand by whatever I said. You heckle the state chief minister, and the state chief minister makes an event which is non-issue.
If you say it's wrong, you can condemn it.
Get a major polarizing issue in the state.
And that is the problem.
No, it's
Kamru Zaman,
the question
even
is
now,
all this
you are indulging in politics to the level that at a time like this we are having this debate.
500 goons
I don't understand why we need to have a debate like this on a day when you are
Jai Shree Ram debate once
and
again,
calling
just
the
because
cadres
tomorrow
of the BJP,
we have got a
alleged cadres
panchayat
of the
elections in
BJP.
the state. And
If
you want a
someone-
polarized
Kamru Zaman
electorate on
Chaudhary,
these
let me
grounds,
put a
Jai
straight
Shree Ram.
question to you.
We have fought
Kamru Zaman
2019
Chaudhary,
election on the same ground.
Anyone who
Jai
chants
Shree Ram.
Jai Shree Ram, is that person a dog, as per you? And is that a line your party accepts?
Why should he? Why should I say that?
You said that.
Why should I say that? Why should I say that?
You said
Lots
that.
of thousands, crores of people say Jai Shree Ram is not objectionable.
And
but
you call them BJP
guys,
goons.
while lynching a clerk,
You call them
make
dogs.
the statement of Jai Shree Ram. While the state chief minister is on stage, you call her Jai Shree Ram.
This is unacceptable.
What have you
I
reduced
think
the
this
name of
debate
Ram
is-
to? A war cry, a war mongering. You have spread hate to
And here's the
Absolutely
the name
shocking.
of Ram.
In fact, let
you
me
have
go
spread
across to
hate.
Mohammed
You have killed
Zishan.
people in the name of Ram in the
If on
country.
a day
This is the thing
a
that has to
man
be
has
stopped.
said that I
This is
will
the
do
thing.
my duty
It
by my
has to be
family,
a
then I will
spade,
do
a
my
spade.
duty
You
by
cannot
my
just-
nation. We cannot even have a civilized debate because politics seems to be hijacking even that. Mohammed Zishan.
Thank you, Ms. Megha, for allowing me to speak, because it has been 23 minutes. I didn't get a chance to speak, and I request my co-panelists not to interfere before I finish my point.
They will not.
First
Go
of all, a very good evening to the co-panelists as well as the viewers of Times Now. And secondly, I pay my deepest condolences to the Prime Minister Narendra Modi for the great loss which he has faced. May the Almighty bless him with enough strength to endure the loss. First of all, I would like to say that this is Jai Shree Ram slogan is not the property of BJP. Every Hindu, every Indian, they pay respect and tribute towards Prabhu Ramji, and one party, a significant party, cannot use the slogan to taunt or to mock in politics. That is very much unaccepted, and it's really very unfortunate to see that it has been second time in Bengal after the birth anniversary of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose on 23rd of January. This is the second time when the members of BJP have stood up to taunt the Chief Minister of West Bengal by using a sacred slogan which is used to pay tribute and pay respect to Prabhu Ramji. Why will they use this slogan in this way? I am really very much shocked and very much surprised to see the Honorable MP of BJP who is speaking on this panel. He is supporting it, he is promoting it. I am really very much shocked to see this, because I believe this slogan is for love, this slogan is for peace, this slogan is to pay respect towards Ram. No one can use this slogan to do mockery in politics. No one can use this slogan to do mob lynching. No one can use this slogan to taunt any elected chief minister. And second point which I would like to come on, yes, Narendra Modi on this day, he has attended virtually the inauguration of the opening ceremony. It was really very nice of him, and the people of Samajwadi Party who are taunting on him, I can say that I don't want to comment on this point, but my point is that we are living in a country, we believe in a constitution, we can't allow any religious slogan in any government event because it raises questions on the integrity of our nation. It raises questions on the unity in diversity which our constitution speaks of. We have many religions in this country, we have many castes in this country. Why are we promoting a single religious slogan, and that also in a way which is disturbing others, which is mocking others, which is making fun of others? I don't think the Hindus of our country, I don't think the respected citizens of our country will support the utilization of sacred slogan Jai Shree Ram in this way. This is my point.
Narasimha Rao, will
and
you
I hope
accept
everyone
the
will
limited point
support
at
this
least?
point.
I think others would have felt happy and maybe they would have stopped. You are allowing people. In fact, today was certainly not an occasion where the slogan should have gone on for long, because everyone should have understood the solemnity of the occasion. I agree with that assessment. But at the same time, why should there be any intolerance towards the chant of Jai Shree Ram? If she shows such intolerance, there will be others who will be tempted to shout only to show her intolerance towards it.
Towards Jai Shree Ram.
If she also respects Hinduism, like I expect her to respect Hinduism, please do not think it's a BJP slogan. It's a way
Mamata
of...
Banerjee has been miffed is the point that the BJP is making.
Yeah, I would like to answer. Please give me 10 seconds.
Yes, go ahead.
Please give me 10 seconds. No one is showing any intolerance, any bitterness towards the slogan Jai Shree Ram. People are having problem if someone, an indisciplined individual who is using this sacred slogan to do mockery in politics, to taunt people representative, we are having problem in this because it means to disrespect Prabhu Ramji. Those who are using this slogan in this way, they are disrespect Prabhu Ramji. And I'm really shocked to see the honorable member of parliament is promoting it and supporting it. No, this is really shocking.
The slogan shouting,
you must
please
say,
do not misunderstand your bogey of secularism. Secularism does not mean...
Dr. Ranganathan, here's the problem that we seem to be facing. Dr. Ranganathan, it's not just about Jai Shree Ram, the bogey being raised today. There were those who have also raised the bogey of who's the Asli Hindu. These are the words, these are the taunts which are coming in today, on a day when a man has lit fire to his mother's fire. And it's important for us to bring the discussion back on track that we are talking about. Everyone's got a kartavya. Whose kartavya it is to at least keep politics at bay? Where do you draw that line?
No, absolutely. Couple of points. Number one, I think, we need to really expose this perfidious propaganda that Jai Shree Ram is now a war slogan and used for lynchings and all. First of all, data shows that there have been as many lynchings by Muslim mobs as by Hindu mobs, especially on Dalits and in both Hindus and Dalits. Number two, Swati Goel, a journalist from Swarajya, has been collating the data that shows that on more than half a dozen occasions, Jai Shree Ram has been used wrongly, in fact, by Muslims, just to create a fake narrative of Jai Shree Ram being used during lynchings. Many instances of Muslims forcing, when a Muslim was being lynched, to shout Jai Shree Ram, just to, have a fake narrative. So please let us not today really perfidious narrative of Jai Shree Ram being used as a war cry. Number two, you talked about some people, harking on, is Modi a real Hindu because he's not following the rituals? Well, to quote Swami Dayanand Saraswati, who said, Atma se adhik chetna, tej se adhik tap, aur dharm se adhik karm se Hindu jana jata hai. So who are we to decide who is a real Hindu and who isn't? When Hinduism itself says that, you are possibly more Hindu through your karma than your dharma, through your consciousness than through your spiritual atma. So I think it is totally unacceptable, and it is bordering on hatred for the Prime Minister to say that just because hours after his most tragic event that has happened in his life, perhaps the most tragic event, he's back to work. People are denigrating him and humiliating him. That's just completely, I don't know, it doesn't even befit reply, Meghna. I'm sorry to say that.
Is that true? Kamru Zaman, I'll come to you, Riju Datta. Kamru Zaman, is it the visceral hatred towards the Prime Minister that even today, you being one of his staunchest critics, cannot get yourself to say, yes, Kartavya comes first and not Parivar?
No, absolutely, absolutely. You know, the context of entire propaganda today that happened, you know, I call it as a propaganda. You know, when, on a day, particularly when our Prime Minister has lost his mother, that day, the same day, the Prime Minister is coming up to inaugurate some projects. Very fine that he is coming out to inaugurate some projects for the development of the people of the state.
Yes.
It's good. But then the question arises, can this program have been postponed? Was it such an important program like launching a space rocket, which has already, the timer has already started? It's a Vande Bharat Express.
It's not just any project, it's the Vande Bharat Expressway which he had inaugurated.
By 8 hours. Yeah, that's what I'm coming. Vande Bharat Express takes also 8 hours. So it is nothing but a propaganda, because you have inaugurated hundreds of Vande Bharat in India, but you don't say whether a poor man will be travelling by this Vande Bharat, or is it just a function of the waiting list of the flight tickets?
As the BJP has at times said, it's difficult for them to put the Kartavya towards nation, to put India above the Parivar. You perhaps can't understand why it's important when nation comes first and not the Parivar. Those distinctions at times have been a bit blurred. Perhaps it's something which is only true to your country, your party. Riju Datta, you wanted to come in?
I just wanted to come in on that Asli Hindu remark, and I believe the people who are on this panel who are Hindus by birth, we are Hindu by birth, like Dr. Ranganathan or GVL Saab or me, and you probably as well. So in that way, I just want to say that rather than quoting scriptures like Dr. Ranganathan, I am a staunch Hindu, and I have learnt my religion from my parents and grandparents. So what I have learnt of my religion is what I will practice. In this, I will only say this, whether it is a Samajwadi, whether it is Congress, or whether it is BJP, yes, Dayanand Saraswati, I only want to say this, that the religion I have learned from my parents and grandparents is what I follow as my Hinduism. Nobody, whether it is Samajwadi, whether it is Congress, or whether it is BJP, RS or VHP, will give me a certificate of Hinduism. Nobody has that patency, nobody has the right to do that. I will follow my religion, what I have been taught by my grandparents and my parents, and I am a proud and a staunch Hindu. But this BJP's narrative of using religion for their political gain is the lowest of the low politics.
Is that what the BJP does, GVL?
No, I think this is what the BJP is not a Hindu-only party. You would try to project that because you want to monopolize the minority vote bank. The reality is it's only because of the BJP's entry into politics India is experiencing real secularism today. Because until BJP came on the horizon, you sold pseudo secularism. You projected vote bank politics, appeasement politics as a face of secularism.
How many Muslim MPs
Prime Minister Manmohan Singh went to the extent of saying minorities have a first right on the nation's resources. That's a blatant appeasement. You have created in some states, the Congress has created reservations on the basis of religion, which is a complete antithesis of constitution. So you have indulged in appeasement politics. We follow politics of no appeasement of none and equality for all. Sabka saath, sabka vikas.
Should we even relegate ourselves to talk about politics? Should we at least not applaud? I'll ask you a direct question. Should we at least not applaud a man who has said, I've done my duty by my family, but it's time for me to now put my nation first? Do you see anything wrong with it, Zishan?
No, I have made it clear, Ms. Megha, that a person who is giving preference to his duty first and after the rituals, I don't have any problem in that. Okay. It is totally dependent on that person's preferences. And if he thinks that he should do the opening of Vande Bharat, which is a public welfare project, before doing the rituals or the rites, it is his choice. It is nothing to applaud or it is nothing to criticize also in this point. It is his choice. He has done whatever he has felt to.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, gentlemen, we've run out of time. Asli Hindu
one
kaun?
more
Those
point,
are
no one will
certificates
give
which
the-
need not be given out to any. But the fact that someone's used his pain and he's tried to channel it towards a purpose, perhaps that is something all of us have agreed to appreciate, except for perhaps Mr. Chaudhary. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining us. Well, of course, today was a day of great loss. It was deep and personal, especially for the Prime Minister. He shared a very close bond, as we all know, with his mother, Hira Ben, and the pain and the agony of losing her could be seen on his face as he bid the final goodbye to her.